It's us.
Hello.
One more time, we're putting together a list of vocabulary words. Thank you for your suggestions. These are great.
Some have stumped me.
Well, we figured out the answers. These are exciting. So we learned something as well, and let's get into it.
All right.
Okay, batt.
Where is the Batman?
A batt is a type of insulation. Batt insulation comes in big rolls, and so it's insulation that you roll it out and you can just put it up in a wall, or you can roll it out in an attic. It comes
About the width between like studs or floor joists.
Yeah, usually about 16 inches wide, and you can just roll it up.
Okay, the GFI, also known as G.F.C.I. I think we use probably GFI more, right?
Yeah, I would say most people are now saying G.F.C.I. Ground fault circuit interrupter. Required by code anywhere where there's going to be a location to water, and basically what it does is allows a breaker to trip more sensitive than the main breaker down in the basement.
The GFCI breakers, or the GFI breakers, or those outlets, they're the outlets that you can see have tiny little buttons. Usually there's a light that's either activated or not based on what button is pushed.
As a troubleshooting thing, if an outlet's not working, typically it's because the person who just moved into the home is unfamiliar that it is linked to the button that's located somewhere else. So a lot of times in the garage, all the outlets are linked to one. If they think a plug's not working, it's usually because that GFCI switch needs to just be pushed in.
We have a dormer.
A roof line. Usually they're mounted on a roof that's adding a window to it.
Right. Escutcheon.
Oh, you got me on that one.
You could describe these as
Yeah,
maybe
escutcheons.
escutcheons, right? This hole in the counter is a little bit bigger than the pipe, but you've got an escutcheon to kind of cover that. So
you learn something new every day.
you do.
That's
That's an escutcheon.
Yep.
Gypboard.
More people now are referring to it as drywall, sheetrock, pretty much all the same thing.
The PTrap.
It's a kink in the pipe that water gets trapped, so you don't have smells coming from the sewer back up your sewer or back up the plumbing of the house and getting into the actual house. So a lot of times, if somebody has two laundry rooms or a laundry room that they never use, in that PTrap that comes down and loops, the water can completely evaporate out of it, and then you will get some smell that comes back up the pipe and through, and you'll get a smell and odor from your drain line.
You are the aroma of spring flowers that bloom in the spring.
If you're not using a drain line consistently, that can happen over time, and it's basically, it's just a little loop in any plumbing that holds water and prevents the smell from coming back out.
The PTrap name comes from the shape of the pipe. So you've got, it looks like a P.
Oh, it looks like a piece of made on its back. I would think they would call it U-trap.
You could write some. Maybe write the president. Write the president. Tinner.
Tinner. So a tinner is a nickname. HVAC guys, because they're working with tin. So HVAC guys are installing tin ductwork, tin vents, and a lot of times on site back in
The olden days.
Perfect? Bang on my chest if you think I'm perfect. Go ahead, bang on it.
They would actually on site make those. They would bend them, they would cut them. A lot of it now they're coming out pre-made and then they're installing them, but they're a man who works with a lot of tin.
Party wall. Is this the wall where it's like
That's for the fun
party
wall.
time, the fun wall?
All the other walls are jealous of that wall.
Tell us what a party wall is.
A party wall is a wall that is separating two dwellings. So in townhomes, for example, or condos, where you have one homeowner living here, and then there's a wall separating them from the next homeowner.
Well, there you have it. You've got a lot of different vocabulary words that now you can use at your leisure. And
Feel free to correct us, send comments, emails, text messages.
That's right. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Lo mare quanto è bello, spira tanta sentimento.